Ladies and gentlemen, we live in an age where the world is facing a crisis, and the only way to overcome it is by taking action together. As we stand here today, the one issue that seems to be plaguing our planet more than ever before is climate change. And one of the most effective ways to combat this problem is by recycling. Recycling is a process of converting waste materials into new materials and objects. It is an essential step towards reducing the amount of waste produced by human activities. However, recycling is not enough to combat climate change. It is time we take action to ensure that everyone recycles. And this brings up the question of whether we should criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. To do so, we must examine the condition necessary to criminalize something. The condition include, firstly, when a particular action has direct and massive harm to a collective member of society, or even cause direct harm to living beings or important elements of our ecosystem. Secondly, when the subject of criminalization has the capacity to be responsible for their action. Thirdly, when there's a capacity to act but the said party choose ignorance. Now to my argument. My first point is non-recyclers are filling the condition necessary for criminalization. Firstly, non-recyclers are directly contributing to the destruction of our planet by not recycling. It will contribute to the excessive amount of waste that ends up in landfills and pollutes our air and water source. That will definitely cause harms to the world's population. Secondly, these individuals or organizations have a certain duty to the world to ensure that the climate change will not destroy it exactly because they live in this world and have been polluting it. That means that they have a certain responsibility to fix a problem that they help to cause. Thirdly, actively choosing to not recycle means that they are contributing to the worsening environment and we think that their choice to not do so is highly harmful to everybody on this earth. That worsening the climate change problem will contribute to making this world unlivable. And uh, thus it is justified to criminalize these non-recyclers and they must be held accountable for their actions. My second point, criminalizing those who do not recycle will have a significant impact on reducing waste and slowing down climate change. Without proper climate recycling practice, our planet will continue to suffer the consequence of pollution, deforestation, and global warming. By making recycling mandatory and punishing those who fail to comply, we can ensure that we are doing our part in preserving the environment for future generations. In short terms, this policy will bring about the necessary change to our waste management system. With more people recycling, we can expect to see a significant decrease in the amount of waste that ends up in landfills. In the long term, this policy will help to slow down climate change and preserve our natural resource. My third point is, it is important to emphasize why people should recycle. Recycling helps to reduce the amount of waste that ends up in landfills, which not only save space but also reduce greenhouse gas emission. Recycling also conserves natural resource as it reduces the need for new raw materials. By recycling, we can create a more sustainable and environmentally friendly future for ourselves and for the generation to come. And my last point is we should actively promote and socialize the need for recycling. Education and awareness campaigns can go a long way in encouraging people to recycle and helping them understand the benefit of doing so. By promoting recycling, we can create a culture of sustainability and responsibility towards our planet. So in conclusion, it is clear that the act of not recycling constitutes a significant threat to our environment and should be criminalized. By making recycling mandatory and punishing those who refuse to comply, we can ensure that we are doing our part in preserving the environment for future generations. The impact of not recycling is far-reaching and can have both short and long-term consequences. We should actively promote and socialize the need for recycling to create a culture of sustainability and responsibility towards our planet. Let us come together and work towards a better future by taking this important step towards preserving our planet.